This is a lesson about the angles of a triangle. So here's a little picture of a triangle with labeled angles 1, 2, and 3. Now, we all know that the sum of the measures of the three angles of any triangle is 180 degrees. Well, let's investigate why, because it's a really clever little proof. So the first thing we've done is I've sketched in an auxiliary line, which is parallel. I just chose the side of the angle. I'll choose this bottom side, and I sketched in a line that goes through the vertex of angle 2 that's parallel to the bottom of the triangle. And this creates two new angles here, angle 4 and angle 5. Okay, now, I think that you would all agree in looking at 2 and 4 and 5 by angle addition postulate that the sum of those angle measures is 180 degrees because they lay along a straight line. Okay, now, because these two lines, the red line and the bottom of the triangle, are parallel, we have with angle 1 and angle 4 alternate interior angles. And we know that alternate interior angles are congruent. So for angle 4 right here, I can substitute angle 1. Likewise, on the other side here, we've got angle 5 and angle 3 as alternate interior angles along the two parallel lines. And so those are congruent to each other. So for angle 5, that's going to be the same as angle 3, so I can substitute there. So now if we just leave angle 2 in here, by substitution, I now have that measure of angle 1 and measure of angle 2 and measure of angle 3 all add to 180 degrees. And that is true for all triangles. So that's the theorem. The sum of the measures of the interior angles of all triangles is 180 degrees. Okay, so we have the theorem that the sum of the measures of the interior angles of any triangle is 180 degrees. From that, there are some things that follow logically. And when things follow a statement logically, we call them corollaries. So there are 4 corollaries to that, which seem like common sense, and they are. But the first corollary is that if I have two different triangles and I have two pairs between the two triangles, two pairs of angles that are congruent, what that means is that the third angles must also be congruent. And I think that makes sense if you made up values for the green angles and values for the purple angles. You would find that an only way to make 180 degrees in both is if the red angles are both the same. The second corollary is that an equal angular triangle, so 180 degrees with 3 equal angles, has 3 60-degree angles, just 180 divided by 3. Okay, the third corollary is that there can only be one right angle in a triangle. We can't make a triangle with 2 right angles. Okay, we can't do a 3-sided figure. And there's also only one only one obtuse angle in a triangle. You can't have more than one obtuse angle. You couldn't make a triangle if you had more than one obtuse angle in the triangle. And then the last corollary is that in a right triangle, the other 2 angles that are not the 90-degree angle, the 2 acute angles, are always going to add up to the other 90 degrees of the 180. So the 2 acute angles are always complementary to each other. And that's it.